have you got to give to me? What I don't really give myself. You are driven by the finer things. I see more than materials and wealth.
Hello everyone, my name is Sydney and welcome to a new episode of Illuminate. Disclaimer now, this is going to be a really good episode and I want to do much more episodes about this in the future because I'm currently playing Knights of the Old Republic 2. If you have played that, please give this a like. And while you're at it, you might as well subscribe as well because I've got very interesting topics that I talk about sometimes, you know. But I was playing Knights of the Old Republic 2 and one of the characters was a Jedi, but I feel like it is what a Jedi is supposed to be. Someone who's impartial, pacifist, someone who's neither good or bad. And in the past I used to look at Jedi as good people, the good ones, and I used to look at Sith as the bad ones, but I feel like a true Jedi is someone who doesn't choose either. Now, I'm saying this because a lot of things were said, and sometimes even helping people might mean that you're enabling them. And the right course of action to do is to encourage them to have the power in their own right. I can give someone a lot of money and they can spend that money instantly. But if I teach this person how to use their money effectively, they can help future generations with their own money and their own cash flow. And it's about the perspective. Sometimes we give £2 a month to a charity or organization and we're like, we're giving money. But do we know this money? Do we know where this money's going? Do we know if we're making profound change in the communities? Wouldn't it be better to sacrifice our time and understand things on the ground level, face to face, where the action is? And it's just making me think that even though I am doing things which are destined to help others, so you know, with the tutoring and the counseling, the mentoring and the coaching, am I enabling a lot of people and by extension not actually helping them find their true potential? I have done this especially when I teach and counsel people. I say things that they want to hear and I encourage them and I make them look at the next steps, but it's a very thin line, because if somebody keeps on coming back to you next week and you see they haven't learned anything, you start to realize that they're using you as a crutch to kind of understand their potential. And I'm not saying this is a bad thing. If we have someone who gets us, we tend to gravitate towards them and we just want to be around them, and I completely understand that. But it just made me think, how many of us rely on somebody else so much that we fail to see our talents and capabilities? I know I have done it in the past and I know I enable people to do the same to me. I'm willing to help, I'm willing to support, I'm willing to see smiles on people's faces. But where is the limit where I look at someone after week 6 and I don't really see any change with their situation or perspective? And I'm saying this to all of you because the ways of the Jedi is a beautiful thing. And I feel like by playing this game and just interacting how some of these people speak, sometimes I have to be more tougher. Sometimes I have to be more encouraging, and sometimes I have to be less supportive. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean it in a way where people have no other choice but to actually see the potential that they have. I could keep on saying, oh, things are all right, don't worry, I'll look after you, I'm here to speak. But if this person has an over-reliance on me, everything has a cost, right? Everything has a cost. So if they put more of their energy onto me, that's energy that they're depriving themselves of. And it's just made me really think about, the next steps, especially if I'm coming into teaching, because it's the end of the academic year right now. I'm going to be starting teaching in a couple of weeks. And I'm just thinking to myself, how do I want to teach? I want to teach more intentionally. I want to make sure that I empower people. I want to make sure that even though they have their skills, I need to tell them no. That's one thing I find really hard, just telling people no, you didn't get it, you didn't do well, you need to do more homework. And she's like, you'll get it one day. And that is nice. But then there's been some times in the past where people don't get it. I say they've done very well, and then they come to the exams, and then they fail their exams, and then they say, oh, how come I didn't pass my exams? I want to say to them, look, like you didn't apply yourself the way you could have, and you didn't do the homework, and that reflected it. But this academic year, I need to say, look, like if you don't do the homework, if you don't use discernment on your own end, if you don't use your power, how can you expect to pass? And just be more honest and open with them. But that was one thing I got from, just understanding how this Jedi um, saw the world and perceived it. Sometimes doing a really good deed to someone when they could have done the deed themselves can have unintended consequences, and I need to bear these things in mind. I mean, my intention is pure, but if I willingly know that my help to someone could leave them lacking when it comes to self-development, then am I just as bad? I don't know. But it's just one thing I want to look at. We all want to help, or we all want to change our world in, you know, one way or another. But as we have learned, somebody jumping into the sea, just belly flop in the sea, could have unintended tsunamis 1,500 miles away. You just don't know. So bear that in mind. But yeah, I'm going to be doing some more Knights of the Old Republic / Jedi / games and stuff in the future, because a lot of my life has been shaped around games, and a lot of my wisdom has come from games as well. And games are good because you don't necessarily speak to someone real time, but you're just watching dialogue and adding your own dialogue, and it kind of gives you morality options like, will I say in real life, or am I saying this to get more money, or am I saying this to get alignment to good or bad? And actually makes you think about your character. So I'm going to bring more episodes like this into the foray. But until next time, take care of yourself and keep on finding ways to illuminate your path. Take care now.